Hey, good morning. It's early morning. It's Tuesday morning here in Cypress, Texas. The verse that popped out at me this morning when I read my scriptures was chapter 32, verse 10. What does it say? It says that much sorrow surrounds the so, uh, the wicked have um, much sorrow. The one who loves the Lord will be surrounded in love. The one, yeah, and the one who trusts the Lord will be surrounded in love. Okay, and I got thinking about well, then in Genesis, and it got me thinking about um, the Jacob in his lineage to Christ, but how and then um, my mom's called me yesterday. My stepdad had a colonoscopy. He had his stage 4 colon cancer, and it's pretty bad. And leaving the hospital, he's 30 or 84. His daughter snatched him up from the hospital and took him home with her. And now my mom's home alone. And, just she feels abandoned. And goodness gracious. Um, so when I'm reading that scripture, does it say the wicked will have much sorrow? But it's wicked. The sorrow of the wicked. So could of the wicked. Does that mean caused by the wicked? But then I'm like learning about the new meanings of the words in the Bible, and it got me thinking, that what causes all of our problems is not understanding the mystery of scriptures, not having misinterpretation of what's really said in the word, right? I'm thinking that's been the problem since the beginning of time. The misinterpretation of everything God's ever said. And that's what Moses was trying to do, was clarify, get it clarified with the 10 Commandments. So when we understand our purpose on the planet to spread the word, the right word, making sure everybody understands the mystery of Scripture, how is that going to change everything? How is it changing our lives? Okay. Well, I'm betting it's going to have a significant change. And the biggest thing that came to me was Revelations. So when you just go by the letter of the word in Revelations, it takes you down a path of devastation and destruction. Okay, but when you really understand what it's saying, the symbolisms of these words, that by keeping your focus on the Lord, it leads you to joy and happiness. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and there you go. Okay, it's a bifurcation in the scripture, and those without understanding are going to go down the path of devastation and destruction. Okay, and that includes the ones that don't know the Bible. Ignorance is not bliss. All right, you got to know what it says. Here I've done like 16 times, read the Bible cover to cover, and now I'm like, okay, everything I learned is turned on its head, right? But because I've read it so many times, like what I heard it yesterday. They were doing the teaching last night. Okay, that the family fortune or the family inheritance is always supposed to go to the oldest son. The way they said it was, in Jewish tradition, that's where it goes to the oldest son. Where in Western culture, it goes to the wife, the surviving spouse. Okay, and but when you look at the Bible all the way through, that ain't happening. They don't happen. With Adam, both Cain and Abel, Cain was the firstborn. He didn't get the inheritance, okay, because he killed his brother Abel. Abel didn't get it. The second didn't get it. So it went to Seth. Okay. Then you go and you look at Abraham and Ishmael and Isaac. Ishmael was the firstborn, but it went to Isaac. Okay. Then you look at Esau and Jacob. Esau was the oldest one. But Jacob got everything. The same thing with David. David was the youngest of Jesse's sons. He became the king and the prophet. And Solomon wasn't the oldest one. Okay, so I've heard this teaching before, and how in the Bible it says, according to the law, even before the law, it was inheritance supposed to go to the oldest son, but it doesn't. Okay, now I learned yesterday that the firstborn, okay, meaning the spiritually firstborn, that's the one that gets the inheritance. All right. And then that made total sense to me. Okay. So, but I wouldn't have had that understanding even after reading the Bible 16 times until last night, until it was taught to me. Okay. So there you go. It's the spiritually firstborn. Okay. And not the carnal or naturally firstborn. All right. Have a great Tuesday.